All right. What's
Hello.
going on, guys? Welcome back for the last match of the day. Rec League Season 5, Week 3, Murk Wolves v Mountain Drake. I'm joined here by Dankus Jungle and Covert Panda. What's going on, guys?
Hey, hey.
Oh, nothing much. Just hoping we get some sweet action this time.
Yeah, I felt bad they had to forfeit the last one, but such are the rules, and it looks like they haven't decided on side selection yet. Maybe we can see if we can do some sort of random method of picking. Not streaming Gromp feels bad. Yeah, you'll get on the stream next time, though, I believe. Usually they try to give you only 1 or 2 slots where you're in the off-stream game, but you do get stream Monday, so you'll be the only game that day, so maybe more people tuning in for that one. I'm trying to see if they can figure out how they want to do their side selection. Looks like they're not all here yet anyway. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of a 6 p.m. game.
Yeah. Would really like to watch a game this time.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to hop over to... Oh, actually, they're not even moving. Before you call me the snowman. Got it. What's up on stream? I guess we'll just wait for Gray to get in here so we can do the side selection thing. I don't know where he's at.
He's in his Murk Wolves chat.
Oh, I'm going to drag him up. Let's see. It's all the way down there. Holy shit. Yo, Gray.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do side selection. You guys didn't figure that out beforehand, so we'll just do it now. I'll just pick a number between 1 and 100, and you guys both give me your numbers. So I'm ready to go. If you guys.
Yeah, I'll go for 2, I guess.
Okay.
You said 1 in 100?
Yeah.
I go
Oh.
for 3.
Well, it wasn't 1, so on stream you guys got side selection. What do you pick?
What side has counter pick?
So red side gets last pick.
Okay, we go red then.
All right.
Alright,
All right. They figured out side selection. Mountain Drake will be going red side, which is good because I already had my shit set up that way, so that works.
Excellent.
Feels good, man. So before we get into champ select, do you guys have any like preliminary thoughts on these two teams? I know Unstream was saying to me before that he thinks Merkwolf's playstyle is a little chaotic and it might kind of screw with their measured playstyle a little bit.
Yeah, I think Merc Wolves, if they're going to get ahead, it'll probably be early. And then if Mountain can slow down the game, I think the Merc Wolves will struggle to be able to close it out.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sasha's playstyle is just like very stable, and it's going to be very hard to destabilize Mountain as a team by playing chaotically and whatnot. So
Gray's game, but still asking me what side he's on. Team 1. Looks like they're all in here finally. So yeah, I mean, I think Sasha's shown to be very strong in the jungle and really consistent. So I'm not quite sure how Gray's going to match in that playstyle. He was one of the stronger junglers last season, but being on a new team, not having as much practice as of yet with his team, their roster swap did look pretty strong though. Putting Bomb Bandit in the mid lane, I think, was a really intelligent move from Merc Wolves because he looked pretty dominant last weekend on that Echo, especially.
yeah, for sure. Neko's just a very good playmaking jungler. So.
I don't know. He was on the Echo mid lane.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be interesting because if there's one thing I know about Mountain is that Sasha won't gank mid, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, so it looks like they're all ordered up, and we should be getting into champ select here shortly. And he's second now.
Echo also can be really tough to lane against if you don't have the lane matchup, because he can be very obnoxious if there's no jungle pressure applied.
Yeah, because he's kind of an assassin, but he also has super good wave clear, so he like does both the things you want to do as an assassin, and a lot of other assassins struggle with
Yeah, and
pushing the
post
wave
six,
out.
he's just super safe post 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it turns out going back in time and healing for half your health is pretty safe ability.
Yeah, really hard to interact with. But Riot knows best. So.
They do. All right, looks like they're gonna send it. Alrighty, so I expect to see some bot lane and jungle targeting by Murk Wolves, at least in the first round.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a J4 ban, a Caitlyn ban, and maybe another jungler, like a Gragas. I think Mountain has played a lot.
I also could see Sejuani because I know Sasha plays that and she plays it well. So I think that's one of the best ways they could.
We're
find
all
a way
wrong.
to-
It's Morgana. Yeah, Sasha's been playing a lot of Gragas, but I'm not sure how much of those matches have been wrecked. I know it's been in like a lot of scrims, so maybe Murk Wolves doesn't have the inside info. Morgana, one of Atmosphere's better champions though, so a good takeaway, but you expect to see at least some AD carry bans coming out too.
I don't know if that's true. I just think Zeem just has a very safe style, so it's going to be really hard to ban him out
That's true.
if you're trying to target him. Just because they're just like infinite replacements for whatever you want.
Fair, and I guess they're opting to follow that line of thinking as well, taking the Orianna away, as Mountain has taken away Vladimir and are looking at their second ban, going to be Shen. So it looks like Shen targeted towards the top lane. Snowman, pretty good on that champion, was consistent last week, and then Bomb Bam on the Vladimir in their first game, I believe, last week.
Who dares defy
The Jarvan,
my
as we
will?
expected.
I was right.
Ico Bear, thank you for the follow.
And
Zoe.
he's at least 1/3 Nostradamus.
Yeah.
I expect Mountain to pick champions here.
Yeah.
Turns out they did
Champions
pick a
of
champion, so you're right again. So that's 2 for 2 so far. And they took Jinx for 802 for the side of Murk Wolves.
I really
I think
think Sejuani would be a good pick here, but
I did expect the
Let's see,
Caitlyn pick.
yeah. Especially picking Jinx, that seems like a very good pick.
Yeah, I can kind of just bully him out of lane.
I
Prevent
think
any
just
early
split
advantages.
Caitlyn too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
definitely
this
one
will
of his
probably be a
best.
Gragas or some kind of disengaged
Jungler.
jungler.
Well, you might as well tell us who's going to win the series now because you've gotten everything
Yeah.
else right.
It's gonna be Mountain.
Heard it here. Nautilus now. On some teams, that's kind of a flex pick to the top lane. But typically we do
Some
see that.
teams,
Yeah,
trademark.
some teams. But typically you see that in the bottom lane. So it looks like Murk Wolves most likely picking their bottom lane here, and then maybe going to opt for a jungler pick would be probably their strongest option.
I don't know how well the Nautilus lanes with the Jinx, but we'll see.
If you can get a Nautilus hook into the Jinx traps, you can lock somebody down for a while. But it's a little hard because Nautilus can engage from too far away, and the Jinx doesn't have a great way to follow up.
Just takes the echo straight up. So I guess they weren't worried about echo.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
They'll just,
Diana.
take the melee matchup. It's going to be a very exciting mid lane.
No, for sure. There's going to be a lot of action. Probably going to have the camera focused around there a lot of the game. Probably expect to see some jungle attention there too. Gragas is pretty good at ganking in the mid lane, especially into a melee champion.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Here is the first of
in the
many
jungle. It's going
foes.
to dictate a lot of what happens, I think, in the mid lane.
Yeah. So there's a
Because we've
pinching.
already, go ahead.
Oh, what were you going to say?
That we've already said that like Sasha doesn't like to gank mid, so
Yeah.
I think out of Murk Wolves, I'd like to see something like a Nocturne jungle. Something that can get in there. A Vi might be good too. Plus you get Pilt over buff then, which is nice.
yeah, you're gonna want that for sure.
Yeah, you want the Hex Tech to turn off all their items.
Yeah. Balanced.
What do we have? We have a support.
A brain support band probably.
I'm not sure what Mountain would ban here.
Yeah, they're
I'm not
taking
sure
their
what we're really
time.
scared of with our comp. No.
Just really pinching the top lane pool, forcing Snowman onto something else. I think he plays Ornn. That would probably be a pretty good pick. But we'll have to see what they take for their last ban.
I don't know if Atmospheres plays it, but I would like an Alistar or something here. I think would be a good support. Unless we're trying to be aggressive, then
Yeah, this looks more like an aggressive
Ooh.
Gragas to me, just because of the Diana pick.
Yeah, and the Mordekaiser is really good gank setup in both lanes. Nullark looked pretty sick on that Mordekaiser last week. Just gets it again this time, but Murk does have the opportunity to counterpick the top lane.
Yeah, this could be a good like Renekton picked into the Mordekaiser to shred the shield.
Ooh, and Nunu, that is the beefy front line coming through for the side of Murk Wolves too.
Also a very like a lot of ganks come out of Nunu.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a very strong ganking jungler.
So we'll see what they want to put Snowman on here. Looks like he will take the Urgot, who I think is okay in a Mordekaiser. I'm not really sure how that matchup goes. Haven't seen too much of it. What are your guys' thoughts? And Janna taken with the Caitlyn. That's strong lane.
I would guess that the Mordekaiser lane is going to be a farm lane because it'd be hard for the Mordekaiser to aggress on the Urgot in general, and the same for the Urgot.
Yeah, they both got a lot of shields that come out.
Yeah, and they just play from range a lot. Spam abilities.
I think this game's gonna be bot lane focused. Mordekaiser plays good against ganks because of his ult, but his ult doesn't really do anything when your jungler's ganking for you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he just doesn't have an R ability at that point.
Seems like more like an island lane than anything.
Yeah. And
put him
Sasha's
on
not
an
gonna gank mid, so bot.
bot.
Yeah, only lane left.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, the logical conclusion is bot lane focused game. Which
Also,
we, yeah.
the Nautilus is going to look to play aggressive in general, but it's really going to be hard, especially post 6 against the Janna, to really aggress on him too much.
Yeah, Janna Caitlyn is so much poke, and then Caitlyn getting those headshot autos with the Janna AD shield is pretty disgusting.
Very, very powerful, yeah. We'll see if MS Virus takes the taste of blood Janna, really aggressive style. That's what I hope to see.
We want to see it. Yeah, so I wanna focus on Gray's Gambit's jungle pathing here, because if he opts for like more of a farming Nunu build, I think that would be a missed opportunity on some of these easy gank setups in really all of his lanes. Top lane kind of an island, not really super easy to gank Mordekaiser, but
Yeah, I think the mid is, or the Nunu is going to try to force around mid a lot. That would be my guess.
yeah, I would hope so. Diana's super punishable. Like absolutely no gap closer ability aside from her ultimate, and then obviously if she has flash, but if you can burn that early, Echo can just really start to stick it to Diana in that matchup.
I think
I don't really like the TP on the Echo. I feel like he should take Ignite and try to play more aggressive with how I feel like Nunu is going to play around mid, but
I'd like to see Nunu counter jungle here. If they can get some early vision and see Sasha start blue or whatever bottom side. I don't know what sides of the map are. If Sasha starts bottom and Gray's Gambit can get an early 2 buff and just gank top, I think the Mordekaiser is an easy kill. And I think if you can get Urgot ahead early, I don't think the Mordekaiser stands much of a chance.
No, for sure. If Urgot snowballs into the Mordekaiser, then that kind of nullifies the pressure Mord is able to exert in that lane and just kind of the farming matchup. Because Urgot can be a super big lane bully if he's ahead, and Mordekaiser won't be able to just kind of walk at him and spam his abilities anymore.
I think this game's going to come down to if Murk Wolves are dictating the pace or the tempo of the game, or if they try to answer what Mountain's doing. I think if they try to answer what Mountain's doing, they're going to lose. And I think if they try to dictate the pace of the game and force Mountain to respond to them, I think they have a lot better chance.
Yeah, and that's kind of something we saw from their play style last week is they played pretty aggressive at like weird times, and it can throw a lot of the teams off, especially a team like Mountain that tends to play a little bit more standard. Unstream being the exception, kind of just plays whatever in the mid lane, but as like a role, they play pretty standard. And I think if some of these more chaotic picks like the Nunu and the Echo can come through in the early game and do some things that are a little unexpected, it might be kind of hard for Mountain to deal with not being able to control the pace as much as they want to.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if this Caitlyn lane gets traction, though, it's gonna be really hard for the bottom lane to do anything. Like if they just start on a lead or whatever, it's gonna be really hard for the Jinx or whatever to farm and whatever. She's just gonna constantly be pushing her turret, and the traps are gonna zone her.
No, for sure. And especially with the Janna just being able to shield a lot of that harass. So it looks like they're at 100%. All right, getting into game here, guys. We'll see if they do anything spicy on the level 1 or if they opt to just play it safe.
It looks like we do not have the taste of blood, Jano. Just sad.
That is very unfortunate.
We do have a Nunu and Willem bot, which is pretty good here.
Yeah, it's gonna be really important to your win percentage.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It looks like Gragas gonna spot Snowman walking in the bush there. Pain's going down. Maybe thinks Urgot's gonna try to get an early ward. Doesn't quite catch him with the barrel.
Yeah, Echo a little late out of base there.
Yeah. Feels bad. Unstream just standing in mid waiting for him. Yeah, both kind of just setting up a line of scrimmage. Nunu in a bit of a forward position, but probably just going to walk back to his red buff then.
Yeah, I was really hoping for the level 1 5v5, but you know, can't always get what you want.
Not all dreams come true.
I know.
Oop. Some pain's going down. It looks like Nautilus and Jinx are actually moving in. 802 maybe just dropping a ward here and going to back out. So a good ward placed. We'll see Gragas, Quicksilver, Sasha actually not starting on the blue buff.
Should probably maybe looking for a level 2 mid or top.
Yeah, sometimes that can be indicative of an early gank.
She has really good opportunities in both lanes, I think, depending on what skill the Mordekaiser takes.
What timestamp are you guys at, by the way? I'm at 144 right now.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I think I'm a little ahead, but it'll help me with my my predicting skills.
Yeah, they actually spot Sasha on the Raptors too, so a great ward placed by Bomb Bam.
Oh man,
Nunu already coming into the bot lane. Yeah, Janna Tornado actually doesn't connect. Gonna be able to get the knockup. A lot of damage. Heal burned. Actually, Janna having to flash. One more auto will do it from the Jinx.
Yeah.
It takes him out.
Alright, this is where it gets really scary for Mountain.
Phenomenal early gank by Gray's Gambit there.
Really don't want to be given the Jinx kills.
So much damage on downstream.
Yeah.
That is one thing that's good about Nunu is dodging the snowball is not like dodging most abilities in the game. You have to sometimes run at him to dodge that one. So if you try to run away, it's gonna hit you most of the time.
Unstream taking some pretty heavy trades here from Bomb Bam in the mid lane. Corrupting Potion and running. Unstream still sitting on one pot. So should be able to get back up to a decent amount of health fairly soon. Sasha looking top lane, ran out of gank though. No vision for Snowman. I think she can just kind of run in here. The claw lands. Urgot already used his gap closer ability, so unless he flashes the body slam.
Yeah, this is a flash. Yeah.
Still a good amount of damage traded back, but nice escape by Snowman to be able to get out of that one.
It looks like Gray's Gambit here took most of Sasha's bottom jungle, or all of it.
Yeah, and Sasha responded with the gank top lane, but is recalling, or actually staying,
Ooh,
gets
yeah.
another body slam, but Snowman able to just walk out, so Sasha wasting a little bit of time here. Actually, Snowman getting chunked by the combo from Mordekaiser, but still able to stay in the lane.
TP on the Regat. Probably should just cash it in now for some
Yeah.
health.
I'd like to see Sasha here clear the Scuttlebug and maybe check the blue buff and then just regank top after Urgot teleports back.
Yeah, you really want to see her check that blue buff, because if she doesn't, she'll be at a pretty significant disadvantage as far as jungle CS goes. Looks like she is opting to walk in.
Took a little while on the scuttle there, so I don't know if we're gonna have time to take this, but
It looks like because Nolark's not pushing top, Urgot's not forced to teleport.
no smite on the Gragas, so this is gonna be slow, but it's probably gonna be fast enough.
Urgot actually intelligently walking over here. Forcing Sasha out, actually, and that's kind of huge because Gray's Gambit just getting his red side camps, and Sasha actually
Yeah,
forced off of that with
Echo's
after
gonna-
Echo as the Echo roamed in.
He just buffed Echo too, so if you land that stun, it's like getting hit by a Morgana bind. It's like 2 or 3 seconds now.
Nice dodge of the barrel there and getting away from the gank for Bomb Bam in the mid lane. Ooh, Nunu actually here. Sasha's still around for the counter gank though. They will be able to barely miss the knock-up onto
Still battling
Unstream.
here?
A lot of damage.
I don't think you want
Going
that
down
against
onto
the Nunu
Sasha, yeah.
sustain here.
Yeah, Nunu's sustained with the aftershock is just huge there. Sasha forced to flash out. Pain's going down onto the dragon now actually for Murk Wolves, and Nunu Echo are heading over. Jinx already on that side of the map, burns the blast plant so they can't actually get in.
And that early kill gives them a lot of advantage here if they do try to fight man down. With the mountain really doing some damage here.
Yeah, no, I would have liked to see the bot lane stay there. Just to help clean up the Drake.
Ooh, this is a kill? This is a kill.
Yeah, definitely caught Atmospheres there, coming a little too close. They can turn back onto the dragon, it didn't reset. Diana doing a good amount of damage with the Q poke. I think you just want to see Nautilus walk back over here to secure it. Gragas now here, probably going to get picked off. Nunu should be able to secure this. Does secure it, and Gray's Gambit falling pretty low, actually ends up dying to the Caitlyn, Piltover Peacemaker. Unstream still in the pit, but just getting autoed to death by 802, and the backside actually kill picked up by Bomb Bam with his Q, and the rest of the team just forced to kind of walk out. Zeem having to really respect this damage here and the number advantage and just walk away.
We had both top laners teleport in, kind of fight each other on the back lines. It's another few kills for that Jinx. The mountain went over to Murk Wolves, and I think we're seeing if Murk Wolves can continue to control the pace, control the tempo of the game, that Mountain doesn't really know how to respond.
Yeah, and that's like what we talked about in Champ Select, right? If they're not controlling the tempo of the game, it becomes difficult for them to do some of the proactive plays that we're used to seeing them do.
It was really smaller of the Murk Wolves not to call off backing on that dragon because they still had the man advantage during that play. It was a risky call, but it paid off for him. So.
Yeah, calculated risk. Diana hit 6 now, actually goes down onto Echo, but doesn't look like she wants too much more of that.
We'll electrocute her ass there.
Yeah, top lane's been pretty quiet as we expected. A little bit of a CS lead being built up for Nollark, but nothing too significant. Unstream actually going back in onto Echo here. Doesn't quite get stunned up, but really just Bomban able to just do these trades and kind of just walk out.
It was really risky. That he was almost in range for the Echo ultimate there.
Yeah. Guess he was trying to maybe bait it because he knew Sasha was close by, but he might have just died.
Yeah.
Bomban just so aggressive, not even letting him back.
Let's see if this Bomb Bam aggression gets punished here.
It is interesting. I think the only top lane or the top side
Ooh,
camp
gank coming in bot lane.
was the camp by Sasha.
Yeah, Zeem getting locked up, and Atmosphere is getting hooked back. A double kill in the bottom lane. One go to Nautilus, one went to Nunu, so just a really, really good gank by Gray's Gambit. I mean, burning both their flashes, and then Jen Biggs actually hitting the hook after the Janna flashed out, so they're just snowballing this bot lane, and like you guys said, it's bot focused.
And this Jinx is going to be gigantic when she backs. I think she's probably going to have close to her IE done.
Yeah, up 1,000 gold, sitting on 975 of that gold right now, so it's going to be really scary when he gets back.
No, I think this game could be a symptom of the draft and not necessarily. Yeah, we drafted a mid lane that was going to need help, and the win con I think is still the bot lane, so it pulls a jungler from Mountain away from their win con to help protect that mid lane that maybe could have been a control mage or something something a little safer, harder to bully.
Yeah, would have given them a lot more pressure too.
We picked ourselves into this melee matchup too, so I think Unstream was assuming he had the advantage in the matchup. I don't know if Unstream can get that burst damage down on the Jinx. It might not matter that she's this far ahead.
Yeah, pretty tough with the front line that Murk Wolves have drafted themselves as a new Nautilus. It's just going to be so hard to get on top of the Jinx at really any point. Sasha looking like she's caught out here a little bit. Triple body slam, but just gets hooked in and rooted immediately. Dies to Gray's Gambit. Janna Tornado comes through, but too little too late, as there was not enough to save Sasha's life. Flash still up, so didn't even really have an opportunity to use that with the chain CC. And Nunu just walking straight into the bot lane. Looks like they want to maybe push for this first tower or get some prio and go for the drag, but opting to base and reset instead.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Murk Wolves stay here and try to do this dragon before they full reset here. That way they can try to look top for the Rift Herald. I think
Yeah,
staying objective focused and trying to be as fast as possible about getting those is what's going to keep Murk Wolves controlling the tempo and keep Mountain on the back foot.
Yeah, and they have a pretty big advantage for Mountain in the top side right here, sitting on about a 25 CS lead. Urgot constantly chunked in under tower, so Mordekaiser taking advantage of the lack of jungle attention, put into the top lane, and really dominating the 1v1.
It's not really something I thought about in the Champ Select, is just the fact that Mordekaiser just doesn't have mana, so.
Yeah, he just constantly spam his abilities.
Yeah. Yep. Not really much, and it's really hard for the Urgot to punish unless he hits him with a dash.
So Sasha, seeing that Gray's Gambit was on the dragon, opts to go for the Rift Herald, which is a smart play for the jungler. You don't just want to run to the dragon, you want to try to trade objectives.
It makes sense too at this point because the top is their strong point to play around the top side. It's a little safer for her.
Yeah, give him the gold. Oh man, Gray's Gambit with this sneaky gank. I wonder if they're just going to go for a dive. He will get spotted on the pink ward, but the wave's in a pretty good spot. They can push it in.
I'm not sure how much it matters.
Yeah, unless they leave the tower now, it's going to be pretty scary for them. I think that, yeah, smart walking away by Zeme and Atmospheres, knowing that if they stay, they're probably just going to die. Sasha almost done with this Rift Herald.
Man. This Jinx is going to be scary.
Yeah, this Jinx is already pretty scary, and it's just going to get worse from here.
Looks like we're rifting topside here.
Yeah, I would expect her to just kind of drop it. Nothing Urgot can really do to disrupt that from where he is, and they try to get this Mordekaiser, who is now your hope of carrying from the side lane, get as much gold as possible. The Jinx rocket actually comes through. Snowman having to flash away. Decent amount of damage done by the Jinx ultimate there. Kind of forced them off the tower. Echo roaming up right now. We'll get spotted on the pink ward, as will Nunu.
I think this part of the next five to 7 minutes probably are going to be really important for Murk Wolves, as it becomes kind of harder and harder for there to be obvious objectives on how they handle kind of their decision making. This is a point in the game where being aggressive and having that good decision making can either make or break a team. Where the game becomes less scripted, less planned out. You never know kind of where the enemy team's going to be at.
Yeah, and I mean, they made an intelligent rotation to the top side with their bot lane, knowing that they can just shred these towers if the Fed Jinx in a double mountain. Sasha comes up to try to wave clear, but the rest of the team looks like they're trying to collapse too. Unstream actually backing off now. Janna just joining now. Yeah, they didn't really have much wave clear there. Thinking they can just kind of finish this tower off. Sasha might be a little caught here on the side. Does get locked up. A lot of damage going down. The Jinx ultimate comes through. Nautilus ult as well. Gragas healed up for a good amount, actually having to flash body slam out, it looks like. Jinx Rocket will get the auto attack. Gets pulled in by Mordekaiser though. Still able to kite out with these autos and take out the Mordekaiser with that beefy front line. There's just not that much Mountain can do to respond to this almost triple tank from the side of Murk Wolves, and Jinx is just so safe.
Yeah, we saw Zim, I mean, shooting people that he could the whole fight there, and just didn't do enough. He's behind, and there's not a lot of ways to catch up right now on the map. Mountain's got good vision, trying to play defensive, but the other team forces hard enough. Sometimes that vision and the defensive play just isn't enough.
Yeah, the Jinx had IE that fight in, the Caitlyn didn't. There's a big difference in damage coming out from those two.
Yeah, Jinx now sitting on a 2k gold lead over Zim on this Caitlyn. And actually, Nunu sitting on about the same gold lead in the jungle. So, definitely pretty strong showing from Murk Wolves in the early game. And that's what we talked about had to be their win conditions, so to speak, is just snowballing the early game. And they've successfully done that ahead about 6k gold right now.
Has Gray's Gambit not cleared the top jungle still? Is this blue buff? This blue buff is still level 1. This is the original blue buff that was in the game, I believe. The only camp that's been cleared on the top side is the wolves that Sasha cleared.
Yes.
Paints the picture of how bot focused the game is.
Yeah, was saving it for later.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan to get it to Bomb.
I just knew that it'd be easier for Bombam to pick up that level 1 blue buff later.
Oh yeah, that's the 200 IQ play.
Really important. Oh.
Wait, Gray's Gambit accidentally hit his stopwatch there. So
Or
it looks like that
intentionally
one
to
is
send a
down now.
message.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know for sure.
that's fair. On stream looks like he's trying to get onto this Jinx from the backside, but gets chunked down a decent amount by the Gragas Q. But Echo still has that teleport up, and I think this was a good call on him to take that. If he's going to be split pushing like this, he can just TP to this dragon fight and kind of turn it on its head. Mountain Dew of Prior right now, the TP does come through. Jinx gets knocked all the way back, but crucially actually doesn't get tagged by the Mordekaiser ultimate.
Ooh.
Jinx ultimate goes wide. Mordekaiser getting locked up. Jinx actually taken out by Unstream on the backside. Unstream able to jump back in, but gets locked down, able to take up another one too. Takes out the Urgot. Unstream still alive, getting rooted up by the Nunu Nautilus, but there's not much damage coming down. Echo able to clean up some kills, but probably going to be picked up here by the Caitlyn ultimate on Zim. So good team fighting out of Mountain Drake to be able to take what they can get in a 3-for-3, being so behind.
Yeah, I think there was a fight that Murk Wolves
Are they going back in?
Could just have the Infernal Drake, but
Ooh, actually hooked Zim there.
Here.
Yeah, they did. And then Sasha should be a pretty easy cleanup here. Infernal Dragon gives them the assist, and now they can just turn right into this dragon. So a bit of an overstay by Sasha trying to clear that pink ward. We're gonna see the Bloodwater Dragon Steel.
Yeah,
A messy fight like that is step 1 to kind of how Murk Wolves can lose this game. I know they've got a big gold lead, so it's easy to to see them try and close this out. But messy fights like that, giving up bounties, is how Mountain can start to climb back into this.
Yeah, they keep going super aggro like this. I mean, still being pretty safe. Just constantly just spamming even their ultimates, just spamming their abilities, just trying to deal as much damage to Mountain as possible to force them off of these objectives that they want. So, question, if Echo gets Mordekaiser ulted and then he ults immediately, does he teleport back out of the ultimate, or is he stuck in the Shadow Realm just on the edge?
I believe he's still stuck in the Shadow Realm. He
Can we get a
because like
Icicle to confirm using our Googling abilities?
Please, Icicle. The classic NA RAM now in this lull state where there's not really much to take for these teams. I think Merkwolves can afford to do this though, and if Mountain can't clear these waves fast enough, they're just going to lose the tower. It's already pretty low. I think you kind of just want to give this one up and not lose too much, but looks like Nalaar caught on the side. Does ultimate the Nautilus, but I don't really think that's the target you want to go for in that situation. Just able to cast the ultimate on him and hook him immediately afterwards. He will be taken down. Nunu all channeling to zone the rest of the team, and Bomb Bam going right into the atmosphere. So Urgot all barely going wide, but the Jinx rockets are just shredding the side of Mountain. Actually gets the ultimate right at the last second from Snowman on the Urgot. Gets the Fear Beyond Death, and now they push right into this mid lane tower. I think they can just do Baron here.
It looked like a Mordekaiser ult to try and save himself, thinking the Nautilus was the least likely one to kill him. But
that's fair.
This could be Baron here for Merkwolves without a steal here, I think. It might be them working towards closing out the game.
Yeah, Sasha is up and the Blast Plant is up, but she does not have Predator, so she might not be able to get there in time as they're shredding this with their double mountain. Doesn't look like it. It would have been hilarious if it actually knocked her into the pit, too.
I really like this aggressive play from the Merkwolves, really just setting the pace for the game and not letting or giving Mountain any chance to get back in the game.
Oh yeah, they knew exactly what they wanted to do.
So
I think that top play from Echo could have worked out a lot better at the Dragon fight if he'd just TP'd sooner. I think he greeted for the turret and was a little late on the TP there. I think if they were there a little sooner and could have taken the 5v5, it could have ended a lot better for him.
Oh yeah.
You've got Merkwolves, about a little more than 10,000 gold up. They do have bounties on 3 players right now. I think this might be the point in the game where Mountain looks for kind of an uncharacteristic play by them by being aggressive and trying to hard engage something. If they don't, I think they might just get choked out slowly here with this Baron buff and the split push that Merkwolves can do.
Yeah, they almost have to force something at this point. Echo's TP almost back up. Snowman's is up on this Urgot, so he can play in that side lane as much as he wants. I don't think he's in too much danger of getting 1v1 by the Mordekaiser. They can just kind of chill here and let these Baron minions do the work. As soon as they get a cannon in the next wave.
Mountain's wave player is not great for this.
I mean, Mordekaiser, Caitlyn, Gragas isn't bad, but it's all kind of like you got to get a little bit closer than you'd want to, save for the Caitlyn.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And the Caitlyn doesn't even have her second item yet.
Yeah, no.
I think Azim likes to go Hurricane on Caitlyn. Maybe that's
Sasha
a third
just
item for
absolutely
him.
chunked. Actually gets taken out by Bomb Man, just able to ult right out. Meanwhile, on the backside, Nautilus actually hooked in Atmospheres on the Janna, and the ultimate just going down into Unstream under the tower. Not quite much follow-up to get in.
There.
Yeah, just completely zoned him.
Love the message we sent there. I think this might just be game. I'm not sure what might take it slow, I guess. Looks like.
I guess they feel there's no reason to rush lanes. There is only 10 seconds left on the jungler and support for the side of Mountain. But Merkwolves looking strong. They definitely knew what they wanted to do early game and push their aggression into some early leads. Unstream forced a flash there away from the hook from Gen Big on the Nautilus, and triple inhib down now with Mountain Drake on the table will make the next Baron even scarier.
Yeah, if they want to play a max safe here, they should just wait for the double super creeps to spawn and ride those to victory.
Yeah. Judging from how they've been playing already, I think that'll be the move.
And taking the dragon, really methodical end here.
I'm looking for somebody from out here to make a big play. I don't know. I don't know that it can pull off. It might be, you know, a 30-70 play, but if you get choked out or knocked out, you're still out of the match.
Yeah.
Might as well,
They gotta try something.
Might as well try something.
No, I don't know if it's a 30-70 play at this point. Probably more like a
80,
595 play.
595. Oh, man.
Trying to be optimistic.
All right.
For Mountain.
We'll give them the 80-20. I think they're skilled enough they might be able to position some of these fights well, but at a certain point, skill doesn't matter as much as gold, and there's about a 13k gold lead for the side of Murk Wolves. It's almost an item on all three of their carries. And speaking of that, Nollark just getting chunked. Actually gets tagged by the Urgot ultimate, pulled right back in. Fear Beyond Death. Fears the minions too, and the rest of the super minions running straight to the Nexus. Looking like that'll probably be it if they can just get some auto attacks in these last towers. The 4v5. Probably not too long for the world for the Nexus
Double
of Mountain Drake.
Done there.
Yeah, that was big.
That's gonna be the death knell for Mountain.
Yeah, Murk Wolves with a strong showing in the early game and just taking the Nexus in 25 minutes. GG.
I mean, Merkel stepped on the gas from level 2 down the bottom lane, didn't let up. They had a little scare there at the dragon. I think that could have been a turning point. But they put back on the gas, kept making plays, and I think they kept Mountain on the back foot for most of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely seemed that way. It seemed like Mountain was struggling a little bit to deal with the early pressure, but we'll see if they can bring it back for game 2. We'll take it to a short break and be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. We're getting ready for round 2, Murk Wolves v Mountain. After a decisive win by Murk Wolves, showing their early game dominance, we'll see if Mountain can pull it back. What would you guys like to see Mountain do differently this time around?
I would really love to see Mountain have more agency in the game there. It didn't really seem like their team comp worked together very well. I feel like the Mordekaiser pick was strong for lane, but he just really didn't have any agency in the game. He couldn't like make any plays or anything like that, even though he was ahead. So really, just looking for Mountain to have a more proactive game plan.
All right, I like to see it. And what can Murk Wolves do? Just kind of more of the same to get a 2-0 here? Or do you think Mountain kind of sussed that out and will be ready for the early game this time?
I mean, knowing what your opponent's going to try to do is only half the battle. You still have to be able to stop it. I mean, countering a level 2 gank by Nunu like that, some of the stuff is just, it's hard to play around. And you're going to lose more by trying to play around it than you would if it happened. So I'd just like to see Mountain draft a little bit better and then kind of draw the line in the sand earlier, not cede so many objectives and points. At a certain point, you got to fight.
Yeah, for sure, especially when you're going to get outscaled eventually anyway. If you don't take things in the mid or early game when you've been behind early, then you're just going to slowly bleed out. And that's kind of what we saw from Mountain there. There was some moments of life at the Dragon Pit when Echo had that late TP and they got a 3 for 3 when they were already behind like 4K, which looked pretty good, but we didn't really see too much else like that. And I'd like to see Mountain come through with a little more of that fighting style than sort of just playing back.
I honestly think I would like to see Mountain ban the Nunu from Murk Wolves here, because I don't think you can really replicate that playstyle with another jungler, just like how aggressive and often he can gank.
You can. He's insane. And Gray looked so good on that.
I'd like to see a mid lane mage and a Blitzcrank, honestly. I said it when we were on the break, but I think something like that. A Thresh, I don't know if Atmosphere plays it. Something
Looks like they're sending it.
to get
Force the
bring
action.
just one enemy towards you.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they got going here. See what adjustments come out for both teams.
I'm absolutely livid.
I think I know what we might see here from Unstrom in the mid lane, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody in the chat box. So
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The same first ban from Mountain.
I won't spoil it either, but I hope that they do it.
Same both bans for both teams.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit of an adaptation from Mountain, maybe banning that Nunu. Looks
Yep,
like they
there
do
it
take
goes.
away. Ban Nunu and Willump, so actually ban 2 champions at the same time. It's
Yeah,
OP.
it's really power ban there.
I think that's a value a lot of teams miss out on, is that you only get 5 bans, so getting a double ban for one of them is actually
It's next level.
20% more bans, I think, if I did my math right.
Yep.
The bond is angry.
Yeah, not much changing on the side of Murk Wolves. Taking away the Morgana and the Oriana, I believe, were both first-round bans last time around. We'll see if there's any further adaptation from Mountain Drake in their pick ban here.
I mean, it makes sense from Murk Wolves because it didn't seem like they really saw anything they were scared of. So
No.
running back the same bans kind of makes sense.
For sure. Guess they don't want to see the Urgot again, and the Jinx taken away from Zeem. So
Yeah, it looks like they really don't want to lane against that Urgot again, or Nolark doesn't want to.
yeah, it's
I think
kind of
that could
a
be-
yeah.
I think that could be not necessarily that Nullart couldn't beat it, but just you want to force Merkles to give you a different look here. Maybe if that's a comp and execution they've tried and worked on a lot, just banning that, even if it's something you can beat, just force them to do something else.
Insta-lock of the Jarvan and Shen too. That's one of Snowman's favorite champions, and I know Gray's Gambit loves the Jarvan as well. So Countering that Nautilus first pick with the Jarvan Shen. Still not sure where the Nautilus is going to go. It could flex, but as I said last time, it's most likely we usually see it in support.
Looks like
Yeah.
teams are opting to use their picks to also ban champions.
Question. Another Mordekaiser alt question. If Shen is in Mordekaiser's alt, can he alt out?
I don't think you can target outside of it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. It's kind of like the Nocturne
back
Shroud.
here, you can't see anything.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And if Mordekaiser lands the ultimate while you're channeling, it probably
It
cancels the
cancels,
channel.
yeah. That makes sense.
Cancels the Chanel.
These are the big questions that people wanted to hear. And the
Could get
Gragas taken.
basically to confirm that. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's even in the chat. But
He's probably
he could
not.
confirm it.
He can
It'd
watch
be
the
great.
VOD and then send me confirmations in a couple days. It'd be awesome.
I think we should keep bringing it up though. I think we should keep talking to him.
Yeah,
even
no,
if
for sure. It's definitely the move. Until someone else fills that role, I will always get Icically.
All right, looks like Sasha's really confident about this Gragas jungle. Let's see if we can do a little better this game.
So, I want to see Mountain ban 80 carries I can follow up on this kind of stuff. So I think like a
Right.
Tristana ban maybe, or like an Ezreal. I'm not sure what 802 plays, but they've got the engage, so it's hard to keep them off that.
They do. I think a Sivir ban
Yeah,
would be
maybe,
pretty
yeah.
good here too.
Silver would be good.
You used to be cool.
See,
don't wanna see that
I
go.
blocked that champion out completely, so I don't even think about it.
Would you say that it's not a very fun champion to play against?
It's a no fun champion.
Yep.
Not fun for anybody.
Definitely a no fun. Looks like they're targeting Zeem here.
Yeah, that's smart because I mean, not really much you really can ban out from Unstream in the mid lane. He just kind of plays whatever, as we saw last game with the Diana. Usually pretty successful on it. Unfortunate early game didn't go their way last time around. We'll see what Mountain wants to do with their last ban here. If they target maybe another 80 carry.
Because that's the best part about having Unstreamed on your team is they can't ban him out if he doesn't know what he's gonna play.
The unpredictability factor. All right, so there's still space for that spicy pick that I think we were all on the same page with. I'm not sure if
I don't know how good it would be
But-
here, but it might just be weird enough.
Yeah,
it just might be weird enough to do it.
I will say one synergy is if you. I'll wait because it gives away what the champion is.
Well,
It
the
is made of
Sivir.
Sivir, and they did
Sivir,
pick-
yeah. There it
Perfect.
is.
That is an amazing composition that Murk Wolves have ended up getting for themselves here. Just playing through the draft excellently, getting everything they needed. Xayah going to be able to dodge a good amount of their engage, but there's just so much from the side of Murk Wolves that can just go.
Zyrakan would make a lot of sense here if they just went 1-2, take both of them.
Yeah, they have the Nautilus
Well,
already. I guess they
have
could send it.
Nautilus. That's support. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, could
Okay,
send it top
alright.
lane, but I don't think Unstream plays Mordekaiser. Are we
Could
going
be
to see it?
Nautilus mid? AP Nautilus mid? Hmm?
I would
Pull
be
it out.
shocked.
Do it on stream. Pick it. Yes! Oh, yes,
yeah.
that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
That
We
was
don't
it.
know it, but that was the called shot from when Champ Select started.
Yeah, we all
There's
knew
no proof, but
what it was going to be.
we knew.
I actually wrote it down and I mailed it to a Sickly. He'll get the letter in about 3 days. And then,
Perfect.
yeah, he'll have the
We
timestamp
can
on that one.
confirm it. Yeah, because that's how mail works.
I do think this Nautilus might kind of struggle against that team because he does not have a Bash brother really to get in there with him.
He does
The
not.
Nautilus
the
can
Nocturne?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it might be another draft error taking the Mordekaiser instead of someone that can kind of do the same thing as Nautilus does with him. I guess he kind of does, but he's not tanky enough to really survive a lot of that all in from the side of Murk Wolves.
Oh,
So
yeah. I really like the Bomb Bam taking the Ignite here
I love
that.
against his melee.
If Mountain can get ahead and make decisive plays, the Nocturne does help. It makes it harder for Shen to respond. That's what I was going to say, but obviously if it gives away which champion it is. But if Nocturne ults, then it's harder. Shen can't respond. It's harder to save that person because darkness.
yeah, imagine being inside of the Mordekaiser ult while Nocturne's ulting. You just see literally absolutely nothing.
Maybe. I don't think that's how that works.
True Shadow Realm.
Ask basically if that's how those abilities
Yeah,
interact.
we could just get a confirmation on that.
Ooh,
I'm sure people in the chat.
802
would, but
switching
that's-
to Cleanse here.
Smart
that's
adaptation.
that shit I don't like.
Yeah, because realistically, what is he gonna cleanse aside from like the fear tether, or
I mean, like, you can cleanse and all, so maybe it's just they know if they get to team fights that it won't matter, so the cleanse just make sure the lane can't go that bad.
Mm.
I don't like to play the game that way, but
you can't cleanse the Mordekaiser ult, can you? You can only QSS it.
I believe you cannot cleanse it, but I don't know. If we could get confirmation.
Yeah, we just
So
so many questions.
You
for
really need
Icicle.
Icicle in the chat here. It's really.
I don't think so. The Nautilus ult is a debuff on you until it gets to you, and then it's a knock-up, so the cleanse doesn't do anything.
Cleanse it prior to it actually popping up.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that it's just a
Doesn't
debuff
do
on you, and cleanse doesn't stop debuffs.
Yeah. That's why it
So
doesn't
I don't
cleanse
think,
or anything anymore.
like, the fish from Fizz is a slow on you, so that's why things get rid of it. I don't think that the Nautilus ultimate can be gotten rid of like that, because it's not on you until it's on you. You know.
I really like Murk Wolves' composition here.
Yeah, they drafted
got a plan.
wonderfully.
Yeah, really knows what it's doing.
You love to see that when a team just comes to their draft. I mean, even if they get some curveballs thrown at them in the ban, they just know exactly what to pivot back to. And Markle's showing that they've definitely put some time into talking about what they want to do in their pick ban.
Yeah, and I think
Really-
it's picking
really
to your
seems-
strengths versus like picking against your opponent. They know that going in, engaging, controlling the tempo is what they want to do and what they need to do. So focusing on playing to their strengths instead of like trying to play to the weakness of your enemies.
For sure. What were you going to say, Dank?
I don't remember, honestly.
Rip. Well, get a sickly in here. Maybe we'll help you remember. Tell you what you were going to say. 45 seconds on the spectator delay. Expect to see Sasha probably try to focus more to the bot side of the map. I mean, I think that, like you guys said before, she doesn't really like to focus around mid lane too much, and ganking an Ahri with like a Nocturne Gragas doesn't feel super good.
The only thing I don't like, I guess, is I don't think Murk Wolves' bottom lane is that great, because I feel like the Leona is going to get hung out to dry a lot, because it's like the Leona gets initiated on, I don't know how much the Sivir can actually help her, and I feel like Xayah with the Blade Collar and everything really puts out a lot more damage than the Sivir does in the early game.
Yeah, there's no half measures with this lane. If the Leona goes in, they need to get the kill. Otherwise she's gonna die because of the feathers, or unless she's got some fancy feat dodging the feathers, which is not always possible.
Well, we'll see if she put her boots on. Looks like her on the barbecue skin. Not sure if they have fancy shoes on that one, but I wonder what the best skin out of all these is. I really like Infernal Shen, but Elderward Nocturne is just too cool.
It's scary.
We didn't even have a lot of time to...
Oh, weird skin.
And what you're gonna notice is both teams are actually Team 4 skin, which is nice.
Yeah, really important. But also maybe showing that Zeem doesn't really play the Sivir here.
Well, Zeem's on the Xayah, so.
Definitely not playing Sivir.
Yeah. The 802 doesn't play the Sivir.
It'll be interesting to see if Bombam builds Glacial Augment items first, or if forgets if he played Glacial Augment, because sometimes you just build Luden's Echo first.
Yeah, I played with people who've done that before, so.
In my own experience, I haven't done it, but I know that it's a scourge of Ahris across the world.
I'm
I'd
going to
like to
drag
see
my
Mountain
time
West go
forward a
crazy
little
here.
bit. I'm sitting at about 40 seconds right now, guys, just FYI.
I'm not loaded in, so we'll get that rectified here at some point, I'm sure.
They're both
I'm
just
at,
kind of spread out.
Coming up on 50 seconds now.
Okay, I'm at 54.
Okay.
You can drag your time bar forward and
I
it'll
will.
catch you up.
I will. Don't worry.
I'll
Just as
do
soon
it.
as I load in.
A pretty standard line of scrimmage here for both teams. Not really wanted to look for anything early. I don't blame Mountain for that, as the early game last game was a little bit rough for them, so they just kind of want to play this one a little safer.
I wanted to see Mountain be aggressive here because I don't think that Merkles would have expected it. I think Merkles thinks they have the better early, the level 1. So if you can catch them overconfident or maybe positioned not optimally because they don't expect you to do something. But Doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Sasha going for the red buff into maybe a level 2 gank here top lane again. Maybe spotted by this ward placed by Nallark. If she walks that way, it looks like she does walk
That's
that
gonna
way.
be Gray's Gaming on the Jarvan, for those of you playing at home.
Oh, Grace Gambit. Oh, man. For those of you playing at home, I apologize. Sasha is on the Gragas. She plays that champion so much that sometimes you forget.
Gray's Gambit might be making the opposite play to last game. We saw Gray's Gambit not clear the top side of jungle at all.
Yeah.
And might be making the same play but different here on the top side. We'll have
Wants
see
to
how
make
that
amends. And just take the blue side this time. The blue side that he didn't get last game. So just equalizing.
Be interested to see if he forces the top lane gank here. There's a ward, so it's probably unlikely anything will happen.
Yeah, unlikely that Gray's Gambit on this Jarvan will force that top lane gank.
Yeah.
No. It's only a vertical jungle if both junglers know what's going on. Otherwise, it's just counter jungling. So we'll have to see if Sasha realizes what's happening here. It doesn't look like...
If she runs to her blue
she
side here,
does.
then she has not realized. And I think Gray's Gambit should be able to take this Gromp with the smite and get out
Just the
before
full
Sasha gets there.
Man, that's
Ooh, a
tough.
hook going down onto the bot lane onto Jen Biggs, but not too much damage traded back with the Xayah. Yeah, Sasha actually gets that and should be able to just walk out here. We'll be spotted. I mean, Gray gets that. Damn it, I'm going to do that a lot. We'll be spotted by Sasha.
Yeah.
Has the Predator actually coming in. If he plays this intelligently, he should just be able to get out. Oh, actually didn't.
That's
He
a little
actually buffered it.
buffering there.
Yeah, nice buffering by Gray's Gambit to get out of that one.
I do want to watch this bot lane here as things settle down a little bit. If Zeem uses the Blade Collar, the E, I think, and doesn't use it to clear the wave, I think that the bot lane of Murk Wolves kind of has an opportunity. But I think if the Blade Collar's up, it's really hard to engage on the Xayah.
And the Sivir's already out of mana, so...
Yeah, Sasha's been chilling here in the top lane for quite some time. Probably waiting for that taunt to go down. Looks like it did. It gets the flash body slam pretty good. They get the chain CC. Shen actually able to get the flash out. Does get slowed down. Don't think they'll have enough damage to clean that one up, but a good gank and a nice flash body slam, but unfortunately not able to find the kill.
A lot of resources invested there.
Yeah, and even like passively by Gray's Gambit now gets to take his blue side as well as Sasha's blue side, so he's super ahead in the jungle. Sasha looking for an invade, but will find nothing. Maybe looking for a gank onto the mid lane.
I don't think she's been spotted out here.
It's gonna be really hard for her to actually make anything happen.
Yeah. Bomb Bam runs the correct way towards his jungler.
Ooh,
Actually
not
gets
gonna
the
get
charm
chunked
and gets
here.
the chunk.
Oh, this looks like a kill. Okay.
Gray's Gambit just so aggressive. Actually behind Sasha in level because he actually smited the big one away too. But just hasn't taken his, ooh, maybe a little too aggro here for Gray's Gambit. Still has the flash available. He's probably going to have to use it over that wall there.
And he stopped him in the scuttle there, so...
Yeah, and
Gonna
Sasha
have to
and Gray
contest
both
here.
don't have smite. Nocturne does have prio though, so I think Gray just has to kind of give this one up and go take his blue side jungle before he loses any camps to maintain his lead.
Yeah.
Sasha walking to the bot side. Ido2 and Leona should be pretty safe here. Not much
actually-
follow-up avail. The Nautilus is pretty far away, and Sasha gets super chunked there.
I think if the bot lane had just gone for that earlier, maybe they couldn't see it, but we could see that the mountain's bot lane was nowhere near when Sasha was in that river. I think that could have been an easy kill and a way to start kind of that snowball that they started last game.
Yeah, bit of a missed opportunity there, but Gray's Gambit now getting to clear his wolves and his Gromp, and then path back towards his red side is going to establish a pretty significant CS lead for himself.
I feel like with how the bottom lane went last game, Zeem probably just wants to take this one nice and slow. See if we can hit our first item really early this game.
Nocturne on 6, so we'll have to see where he goes first. You'd probably expect him to go bot lane because they've been shoving so hard.
This is why Sivir's so much fun. She just gets to shut up for free and then have a spell shield that also costs nothing.
I'd like to see Nocturne try to go top, work towards the global instead of away from it. I think if he goes bot lane and they don't kill whoever they're targeting immediately, they could end up outmanned quickly. But if you go towards the global, towards that top side, I think you're more likely to maintain a man advantage.
Also makes sense because Snowman still has no flash here.
Yeah, it could definitely be a punishing gank. See if he tries to shove this out and go alt somewhere. Pretty tough to shove against the Ahri. Does actually eat the charm there, get chunked for a significant amount of damage. I think he spell shielded one of the charges of the ultimate, but unfortunately not the ignite. Gonna get taken out there by Bomb Bam in the mid lane.
Yeah, there's that ignite coming into play there. Made that kill very easy.
Sasha pathing top while there is no flash on Snowman on the Shen.
Could be.
Ooh.
Actually doesn't get the barrel.
Missing
barrel.
collapse up here. This could be dangerous for Sasha.
Yeah, they're just gonna take the blue, and then if she comes to check it, then it might just be a dead Sasha. If the charm is good. Ooh,
Ooh,
charm
just
just barely missed. So Merkwolf's actually just rotating their bot lane to mid right now. It seems like it's a little early.
Yeah, not much to go for here. Like to see this rotation about 2 minutes from now, when the Rift Herald's on the map, but sometimes it just feels right.
I guess they figured they'd push it in while Ahri wasn't there to push it in, just to deny some of the Nocturne ult ability. So maybe it was actually a pretty big brain play.
Yeah, they just got an extra wave or so on the Sivir there. Yeah, that's gonna create a CS deficit in mid and bottom, I guess.
Yeah.
Straight little CS around. Oh my, who cares? Ooh, it looks like Ahri's rushing the Zonios first. Not going for the Super Soaker for maximum kill pressure.
Could be forgetting that we have Glacial Augment here. I'm sure not. Bomb Bam seems very very competent, but
Maybe he just wants the Seer's Arm Guard for some armor against the Nocturne.
We'll have to see. We'll keep Glacial Augment tracker on Ahri there.
So despite Gray's early leads in the jungle, he's actually at a level deficit to Sasha now. Because of the rebound XP Sasha was able to get on some of these camps that Gray cleared.
It's going to create an interesting kind of level disparity where Sasha's ahead, and then after Gray clears his side of the jungle, then he's going to be ahead. Just about playing towards those power spikes.
I think the real issue with Gray here is I don't think he's cleared Krugs once this game on his side, so...
You're going to want to clear Krug.
He has not.
Krugs give you a lot of
They're
EXP,
level 1.
So... I think that's a lot of where the EXP deficit is coming from.
Unstream getting chunked out again here in the mid lane. Ignite almost back up for Bomb Bam can almost just all in him again if he doesn't look for an ult. It looks like Unstream will be looking to this bot lane, try to get something going, but Gray's Gambit here for the counter gank if that does happen.
Yeah, my problem here is this becomes a 4v4 in the bot lane very quickly. Mordekaiser can teleport, but it's not quite the same as
Yeah, it looks like Shen actually playing back right now, looking like he wants to... Unstream actually ulting in, right under the Jarvan, not able to get out, does get the Cataclysm down on the two members, they are stuck in the back. Great Zonia's by 802 saves him, Bladecaller comes through Roots 3, but Atmosphere is just taken down. Shen comes through and able to taunt Zim on the backside. Bomb Bam currently ulted by Nallark, gonna come out and be just fine. Nallark stunned up, gets rooted up, knocked up, and will be taken down, and that is a 3 for none for the side of Merkwolves, and now the Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, teleports can be well positioned, but coming in on a shield on top of your friend is tough to beat as far as positioning goes.
Really hard to beat.
Yeah, that was
really don't like how I feel like Zim just kind of abandoned that fight, and they could have got the Mordekaiser out or maybe traded some kills there. I feel like he was pretty safe, but he just
He did. He put his blade collar down and then just kind of dipped. I think he flashed out. He was maybe scared of getting bursted, but I loved what Gray's Gambit did in that fight, where he ulted and then immediately flashed out of it. So Sasha and Unstream were actually both stuck in his ultimate when the Shen CT came through.
It is a very powerful maneuver.
Also keep an eye. Snowman now has teleport advantage, so we'll have to see if that gets used anywhere.
Stand United's 2/3 up already almost, or it has like a third on the cooldown left.
Where did he take secondary rinse? I
Doesn't-
wish I
yeah,
could see
doesn't
that.
show me.
Wonder if he
Doesn't
took
show
like
you?
presence of mind or something.
Did take presence of mind.
Did
I
he?
figured.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I was like,
That's actually really
there's
heads
no
up.
way that cooldown should be up.
Actually hits the
Fast.
taunt here. Bit of a trade in the top lane. Probably won't amount to too much.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to fight him that much, but Mordekaiser's passive, very powerful tool for trading in lane.
Test your limits every once in
Pretty
a while.
pretty even trade for Snowman though. Not having to worry about a resource either. Can kind of just take those trades.
It's the shield
heal,
there is
yeah,
the
that comes
problem.
back.
I don't see a lot of vision on the map right now.
Ah,
So-
see, the Ari did go back for the Super Soaker after building Seeker's Arm Guard.
We won't bother Bomb Bam about the glacial augment then.
Wanted to flame him this time. But I'm watching you, Bomb Bam.
Sasha coming in bot. Does have Predator available. If Genbei goes to greedily take this ward, I just immediately pop the Sivir ultimate. Should be able to make it out just fine. Able to just run that one
I like
out.
getting out here. There's just not anything to fight over. So I think Murk Wolves are fine just taking their leave and going back to the safety under the turret.
The big question is, will Gray's Gambit ever take his Krugs?
Who knows?
I'm not confident that the top side of the map loaded for Gray's Gambit, if I'm being honest with you. That could be kind of...
Maybe he's just saving them for Bomb
Ari
Bam
going in
later.
an unstream here. Oh, gets the ultimate. Ari just charges right back in with the last tick of the ultimate. Able to take out Unstream. And the Nocturne not looking like it's doing too much for the side of Mountain Drake. It's a spicy pick, but if you can't get effective ultimates out, then it really just becomes a less ideal version of an assassin mid lane.
I would say that I'd like to see Mountain force something bop, but that big brain presence of mind, we've got Snowman with the Shen back up. Shen ult. Holy cow.
Shen's back.
Up already. Yep. Guess who's back? It's fucking Shen. Makes it hard for Mountain to kind of fight here.
Yeah, and that comes back to the draft that we talked about with Merkwolf's draft looking so clean. They got everything they needed as far as the roles in their respective lanes for their team. They got the global ultimate that can kind of match, you know, some of the stuff that Mountain is trying to do in this game, and they just have the safe pushing bot lane with some nice wave clear mid. It's just pretty good drafting for the side of Merkwolves.
And they don't really have a way to punish Ari for like casting charm and fishing for charms or anything like that.
They don't
Their
know
hard
that-
engages really. It's just the
It's
Nocturne
slow.
falling in.
Yeah, their go buttons are really slow. Nocturne has to ult and then ult again, and hopefully be targeted on someone. Charm actually goes down and unstream. We'll get just absolutely chunked here. Spell Shield's one tick the ultimate, but it's just not enough. Bomb Bam is huge. 4-0 with 350 gold bounty right now. Able to kind of just do whatever the hell he wants, honestly.
It's really hard to interact with Ari when she has Super Soaker and Glacial Augment. If you're not anywhere near a tower, you are just dead every time.
Even just looking to invade the blue buff here solo. I don't think Sasha can really stick around for this one.
Yeah, she might just die here.
Ooh, actually gets the charm.
Ooh. Feel like that was a little spaghetti code on that play.
Ooh,
But
we're gonna hit the blast plants away, but unfortunately, ooh, flashes the ultimate. Great flash by Sasha to get out of the charm and the Jarvan ultimate, so we'll be able to walk it out on this one.
if we were a little more patient on that Demacia, we would have probably got that kill. But
Yeah. After she flashes the charm.
I'd like to see Murk Wolves kind of pull back a little bit here and try to do the Scuttle Crab, or Shelly, whatever.
The big scuttle crab.
Yeah, that's the one. There's a Mountain Dragon coming up. We keep getting these chaotic fights and Murk Wolves are winning them so far. But I want to make sure we stay tight and play as well as possible. Because as things get a little crazy, and while that's something they normally thrive in, it also might give Mountain a chance to make a play or catch the Murk Wolves off guard.
Yeah, you don't want to give them windows for free, for sure.
Only want to give them a door, see them straight out of the game.
Some pretty good Dragon RNG from Merkwolves. They got another game that they get a second Mountain Drake pretty early. Allows them to push onto these objectives pretty aggressively, and they're actually going for Dragon
Volcano, let's
Cryo
do
as
it.
well as
Why
Rift.
not both? Let's do Rift Herald and Dragon. What are they going to do? Stop us? No.
Doesn't look like it at this point. Mountain kind of respecting them and backing off. Unstream has to play so far back, and this level 12 Ari can't even step up to farm, has to wait for it to just push. And even then, I think he's still in danger of just getting killed if he doesn't spell shield properly.
I mean, it's just levels at this point. Even
Yeah.
if gold was even, Ari's level 12, Unstream's level 9.
Yeah, so much gold value in levels too.
That's less.
It's also just really hard for the Nocturne to stop the RA because any of like the W particles or her ultimate, like it only blocks a single one, like
Yeah.
the spell shield.
Yeah,
So
Ari's
we're gonna
sitting
have
on
to-
almost a 3,000 gold lead now.
Ooh,
Just FYI.
it's hard to see those Unstream fans out there. Really,
One thing,
really tough to
so-
watch.
one
We're
thing
all
that might
Unstream
work,
fans.
it's just so crazy it just might work, is Ari's going to try to punish or to kill Unstream anytime they're in the lane. So trying to set up a play where Unstream can ult out after Ari tries to initiate on him is kind of his only way to escape.
Charm just barely
Could
missing.
maybe be-
Bomb Bam still elects to use the ultimate blade.
Top side, we've
Yeah.
got Rift Herald down.
Zaya ultimate comes down just to dodge probably what would have been her death there.
Oh, Leona's dying here, I think. Top lane.
Got sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh, Shen ultimate.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Oh,
shields coming
you
down.
don't
Actually
like
gets
to
the
see
taunt
that.
coming
Ooh,
through.
Unstream's here.
Just takes him out
blinding
immediately. Unstream actually goes in under tower onto Leona just to pick up that kill, get something for his team, but
I actually like that play from Unstream.
Yeah.
They need something.
they do.
Even if it's just a mental win at this point. I don't think the gold is probably worth it in that exchange, but
You got to
at some
get on
point
the
you just
board.
gotta- yeah, you gotta get kills. You gotta keep your team mentally in it. And I think small kills like that help.
Sivir a little far forward here. Pops the cleanse to get out of the knockup, but actually takes the tower. Spell shield is a W, but Gragas.
Ooh,
Taunt
yeah,
lands
Unstream.
onto Sasha. She's just toast. Unstream should be able to pick up that kill here. Probably won't be able to get the second
Think we
one.
win those? Maybe not.
I haven't done enough limit testing on Nocturne to know who wins that fight.
Wait, he had Umbral Blades coming back up, so
Mm.
I think he had a reasonable shot.
Shen with the Bammy Cinder though. Do a good amount
Really?
of passive damage.
I hear fire very effective against ghosts.
Yeah, turns out it is.
You see the opportunities that the Mountain might have. I still think playing towards that global is important, and accepting that sometimes
Ooh,
you're
Charm
gonna
going down in the bot lane on Atmosphere is chunked to about half. This Ari's just impressive.
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to trade objectives, especially when we're down this much gold. Yeah.
Trade objectives or just trade kills, because it is just actively a good thing to trade kills when you are losing.
Trying to find a fight here where it's all upside for Mountain is gonna lead to never fighting and slowly losing the game.
Yeah.
So you gotta try to find your small advantages, find your messy fights, your bloody scraps, and try to claw your way back into this game.
Yeah, I like the adaptation from Sasha to go for Cinderhawk. Typically when you play Gragas, you see people going for that Runic Echoes because it's just so effective on Gragas and you just can do a lot more damage than people expect you to do, but being behind in your team like this, they usually need you to go tanky.
I guess one of the upsides of picking the Nocturne here is that like even if the Nocturne gets super broke,
Straight up engaged on.
he's getting caught. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna fall to that Ari damage. Gray's Gambit able
Might be
to
able to
stopwatch
battle
while he's in the
here.
Mordekaiser roll. We'll see if they can turn this one around. Not really much damage coming out the Gragas Assault. Shen actually comes through. Misses the taunt onto Sasha, but should be able to follow up. Got the slow onto Nollark. Should be able to walk this one down. Gets the charm. Taunt follow-up should be soon. Not needed. And that is a 2 for 0 for the side of Murk Wolves. Looking super clean in this early game again.
When I look at this Presence of Mind here, it hasn't restored any mana, which is pretty toxic, but the ultimate cooldown refunded is almost 2 minutes.
Yes.
That is
Ooh,
Ooh,
Like,
good
a lot of
engage in the
ultimate.
bot lane here. Sivrald actually able to get out of the Blade Caller, but I think Gen Big's just going to fall here. Trying to do all he can to just burst out Zeem. Zeem actually having to flash away, was too scared of the Leona damage, so I'm going to call Worth on that one for Gen Big, just using all his cooldowns and actually taking the Xayah flash away and the heal. But a well played fight by Mountain to be able to claw back in the bot lane and pick up something for themselves. It was a very good engage.
What I was saying about Unstreamed is just like even if the Nocturne is like very behind, he can still most times assassinate somebody. It's like he's looking for a play here, but
Yeah, just Shen immediately taunts over the wall. Gen Big actually looks like he DC'd, so we'll see if a pause comes out. Oh, there it is. Hopefully his internet is not shot. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. He DC'd, okay. So I guess this gives us time to talk about what can Mountain do to come back in this game.
Well, it's just like we were saying. They really need to look for these proactive plays, try trading kills. Azim hasn't really gotten involved at all in any of the fights. I believe he's still 0-0-0. Oh no, he just got a
1-0-0.
kill.
Yeah, he got that kill bot lane.
Yeah,
Killed Jen
just-
big.
But outside of like the lane, because he's still laning bottom, and it's 21 minutes, so it's he just hasn't really got involved in the game. Just really haven't felt his presence, you know.
Hmm.
And it feels like the rest of the map's just kind of falling apart. So really would like to see what happens when Zim gets involved.
I want to see the Nocturne and the Mordekaiser become best friends and stay right next to each other. So when this Ari tries to kill on stream, that even if Mordekaiser's ulting and possibly just dying, I don't know how that fight goes, but with how strong the Ari is, he probably dies. It might give the rest of the team a chance to not have to deal with the Ari. And sometimes on a Mordekaiser, like, that's enough. You don't have to necessarily win the fight in the Shadow Realm if you can just keep the Fed person in the Shadow Realm long enough.
Yeah, it could really pay off piling on the Sivir. I think the only problem there is so I think it's really hard for Zaya to aggress on the Sivir just with like the front line. But I do think they probably no, they don't have a front line advantage at all. Shin's just probably too thick. It's gonna be really hard to get to that Sivir and make any plays on her. Because obviously Sivir is a no fun champion.
Agreed. I'm still kind of blown away, honestly, by this presence of mind. I could just be confused, and that's just a thing that all Shens do, and it helps make that all cooldown less or more palatable. But it's been strong here, and I don't know if Mountain maybe expected it. Maybe they did, and they just haven't played around as well as they could have. But
Yeah, I certainly didn't expect it. I was trying to figure out I was like, what could possibly be making his ultimate come back up so soon? And the only thing I could think of was presence of mind, and I was like, huh, no mana, but okay.
Shin really winning the award of the lowest vision score here. Just a little bit behind.
you don't like to see it, but it's part of the game.
His argument would be, I don't need to put words down, my team's putting them all down.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently we got some info here on what happened. Their support has his cousin over, and that cousin ended up tripping the wire for his computer and unplugged it so he has to reboot.
Yeah.
So that's pretty toxic. Moral of the story, don't invite your cousins to your house.
And not quite the LCS quality studios here, but we're doing our best with what we've got.
Should have pulled Cracked Rioting here for the 4-way Infernal cast and had some LCS inside knowledge coming in. Give us the LCS feel.
See what his take on inviting cousins over is.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also trying to get a Sickly's take on that if he's still around. If we could see what he thinks about that one. There's gonna be a lot of questions for him to take notes on when he watches this VOD. And I guess Zim just killed Genbig so hard that his cousin came over and knocked his internet cord out. So feels pretty bad.
Yeah,
Summoned a whole cousin.
I'm really curious to see what Nocturne is building here. I guess that's probably a Black Cleaver.
Yeah, I would
I
assume.
think I saw him having 2 long swords in the place of that Kindle gem, but who knows?
Maybe just change the build path up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of just making decisions on the fly. Sometimes you got to do when you're behind. You're like, ah, shit, brought the wrong item. Well, I'm already behind in gold anyway. Might as well just sell that.
Ooh, is Sasha going for Righteous Glory here? I feel like that would be very good for their team.
I would like it. Okay, so he only DC'd now.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Apparently, Zim killed him so hard that he had to disconnect twice.
that's amazing. That was actually probably the plan all along.
It's a good strategy, actually, is if you can get one person in the enemy team to disconnect, it's going to mean they have less people.
Yeah, and then you just
Gonna
Mordekaiser
make
ult
it-
to somebody else, and now
Make
it's
things easier
3v4.
for you. Yeah.
That's why they
Which-
picked Mordekaiser.
I haven't done the math. Is a 3v4, then you have 25% more champions instead of 20% more champions?
Hmm.
Let me do that. Icically can do the math on that one for me, I think, and get back to me with the statistics there.
I think we've given the man too much homework. We gotta give him a break. We're gonna stress him out.
I think Ice Thickly can handle it.
He
Yeah,
can probably,
for
yeah, he
sure.
can for sure handle it.
What might be an interesting development here is what happens when the boss timer runs out of time.
It looks like Gen Big's just reconnected.
Reconnected, so we probably won't find out unless a second cousin just waiting in the wings to knock out the cord again. Hopefully not.
When Gen Big went to the store and bought some figs. He was
The-
ran out of figs for the game, so
Fig
Cousin-
mutants.
cousin
You're
to
gonna want
cousin,
those.
space-time
They're
continuum.
big.
Yeah,
Big
cousin to
fig
fig,
mutants.
space-time continuum. All right, they're getting
Here
back
we
in the
go.
game here. Let's go. So we talked about before, at least in the last game, of Mountain having to make plays in order to come back from an early game disadvantage and just doing something on the map. What would that kind of play look like? Is it more plays from the bot lane?
I think that's gonna have to be it because their engage options are just very strange unless Sasha can find a big ultimate here. So maybe their play is to just look for the Nautilus to hook somebody.
I think their play should be towards the Shen and then get an objective. So, if it's... I mean, tier 1 bot lane is still up. If they just send 5 people top and just kill the Shen and try to go for Baron or try something, even if it's just getting the top turret, you're going to lose the bottom turret, they just did, but you're going to lose something. But I think if you try to engage, Sasha's getting engaged on here. Teleport's
hits the
coming
Super
in.
Soaker. Actually gets the hook down onto Bomb Bam as well with the root from the Blade Caller. Able to flash out, but flashes right into Unstream on the Nocturne. The rest of the fight goes. Jarvanot comes down onto Atmospherus, and one more auto will do it onto Atmospherus under this tower. Meanwhile,
yes.
Fascinating to sever that
oh
fight.
yeah.
Get 1 kill back.
So yeah, they actually picked up 3 kills in that fight for 1. It looks like Bomb Bam
Unstream's
somehow
had
managed to live.
coming here.
Yeah, I don't know how Bomb Bam lived there. I wanted to follow him, but there was some action going down on the other side of the
Ooh,
fight.
this is scary. Nocturne could look for an ultimate here. Just came back up.
Nocturne
Still
He's doing it. Goes straight to mid.
Oh, too
Doesn't
slow.
quite have the range. Oh, it gets him. Picks up the
Oh,
1,000 gold on that
shot
kill
down.
too.
We call that one the
Flash
1-inch
blades
punch.
there
You'll
too,
see a
but-
1-inch flash, 1-inch punch.
Yeah, sometimes it's good enough.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a broken record, even though I do, but if you try to fight away from that Shen, it's just gonna be there every time. If you go towards the Shen, the rest of the team can't get there. It's not how the team works. It could be wrong, you know. I'm just a support, but
Yeah.
I just had a visual
If you
bug
go-
where I
if
saw.
if you go towards the Shen, the team can't appear. If you go towards the team, the Shen can appear. Right?
So Gromp just appeared in like the topside river bush for me, which was weird, and then it showed up again. So I'm not sure if that's an omen that that's where they need to be
What?
focusing
Interesting thing
for
we
the
should
side
check.
of mountain.
See if these Krugs ever got cleared by Gray's Gambit.
Ooh, yeah.
No
that's gonna
vision,
be
no vision on them yet. Can't check it quite yet.
Unfortunately,
We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, if we could.
Sivert Bouncing Blade actually ends up aggroing the Baron. Pops the ultimate to go through.
Oh,
Wonder
Gray's
Gambit
Gambit
actually
down
getting out with the
here.
shield. Giant
Ooh,
shield
the
value.
Shen
Shen ult
ultimate
coming
here.
down, yeah.
Here we go.
Great
Oh,
stun.
and
Followed up
Sasha
with the
getting
taunt
caught
and the
here.
charm right onto Sasha. Atmospherus locked up as well. Nocturne coming down on the backside. We'll see who it goes on to. Not able to
Big
take down
Zemo
anyone.
back
Gray's
line
Gambit
here.
gets out too.
Let's go, Mordekaiser.
802 still alive, but actually ends up falling to Nocturne. The flash coming out and the taunt actually not connecting onto the Nocturne. So yeah,
That's
3 for
exactly
3.
what Mountain needed here.
That is good
Gotta
for
take
Mountain.
those bloody fights. One thing you'll notice too, if we're keeping the did Shen show up at the fight tracker, did
Yeah, did in fact show up in the
tried
fight.
to engage on somebody other than the Shen appeared. So
It turns out he was there.
keep a tracker on that.
Ultimate already more than halfway back up, by the way. So
We'll see if maybe the Shen gives them some vision here on the Krugs so we can decide.
yeah, honestly, I'd
whether
like
or
someone to
not
walk
they've
over
been
there. We
cleared
gotta figure
at
this
all.
out.
Yeah.
Let's send a reporter on the floor. Ice Licky is down by the Krugs. So let us know if they've been cleared or not. No.
I'd love if I could just drag him in right now and have him give me an update on the Krugs.
Yeah. He's been watching the
I'm
Krugs
here
all
on the
game.
sideline, and it looks like Krugs have not been cleared.
Oh, he's pretty close.
802 is going to show us here.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. Find
That's so
out.
Oh, yeah,
level 1 Krug, they were not cleared, so at least he's staying on brand for Gray's Gambit, not ever wanting to kill the Krugs. Maybe there's some sort of
They do
weird
still give
affinity.
the same amount of gold here, which is nice for the Sivir.
Yeah. We were saving those for Sivir since level 1. 25 minutes coming to fruition here.
And you know, you love it
Was
when
it
a
worth
plan
it?
comes together. You love it when a plan comes together. Mountain is just under leveled right now. We've got Ari at level 15.
That's insane. They're actually
We
just
got
straight
no
up
play
engaging right
on
now.
Somebody?
But Nocturnal was just out of range to get to the Ahri. She was able to just get right out. I think they were looking for that pick, which was good in theory, but now they just get this turned on them. Mordekaiser ultimate comes down to the Ahri, but he should just be able to walk it out, hits the charm, and meanwhile the rest of the fight, Upstream just gets Jarvan ultimate and blown up by the Sivir in that,
Let's see what Zim
in that
can
Cataclysm.
do
Yeah.
And just Ahri taking out the Mordekaiser on the back end. Nautilus stepping up a little far.
here. He's a defensive hook here.
Yeah, hits the charm
You're gonna wanna...
out of the Leona ultimate, so that's a big brain play. Zenith Blade just barely going wide there into
Just barely
Sasha.
missing. A secondary super soaker here.
Charm barely missing too, but they're going to be able to take this tower. They should be able to transition this one straight onto the Baron. Gray's Gambit already there, taking care of some of the vision work.
That's really tough. I think that was a good choice by Mountain there to try and engage that fight, but since they couldn't get the engagement before the Nocturne ultimate ran out,
Yeah.
they just kind of got engaged on.
Yeah, the ability of
They get a lot of free time because of the vision denial on the Nocturne ultimate, but they kind of got caught with their pants down on that fight.
ooh, Sasha's getting chunked so hard right now and zoned by Bomb Bam. It's just, well, the rest of the team just cleans up this Baron.
I'd rather see plays like that than Mountain do nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Not just as a spectator of the
Oh
game,
my
but
god,
just
Bomb
as,
Bam going
as
so
an
deep.
advocate for Mountain.
Has the Shen ult coming down, but unfortunately it wasn't a big enough shield to actually save him there. So Shen was not there in that fight. So Shen tracker,
Well,
that is a 1%
tried to be.
decrease in the amount
Did
of time
still
Shen
try
was
to
there.
be.
That's another spree given away by the Ahri there, though.
Yeah, maybe going a
Believe
little
she
too
had, like,
aggro.
She had like 500 gold bounty that time too. Can we check the gold on Zim and 802?
Yeah, let's see that.
'Cause I feel like it's been pretty equalized at this point.
Zim actually sitting on 98, while 802 is sitting on 11.5, so still a pretty huge lead.
man. The global objective
Comes down to
very
the
strong.
towers, yeah.
I think Zim got the shutdowns even in those fights, so he was way far behind then.
Unstream got one onto Ahri the first time.
Oh, okay.
He got
Then
the
never
1,000
mind.
gold with the one inch punch.
Yeah.
What'll be interesting to see is after that play did not work as intended by Mountain, if they have the
The gumption to go for it
tenacity
again.
to go for it again, because those plays are still what we need.
Yeah,
That's
they
how we get
definitely
back in
have
the
to.
game.
There's nothing else they can do aside from just watch Murk
I don't really
slowly
love
bleed
fighting
them out.
this dragon, though.
Oh, it actually went back in, so it gave him an opportunity to steal it. Unfortunately, doesn't take it, just gets taunted up. CC down, pops the ultimate, but not going to do too much other than split him up and do minimal damage, and the rest of the mountain just has to walk away.
Example of the type of plays
Yeah.
that we had to do.
Yeah, you don't really want to
Panda knows
force
that
the
I
mountain drag.
hate any playing like that. Because now they're just down a man, and
Yeah.
the push is going to come in. And it's
Well,
gonna be
Murk
really
has
hard.
Baron.
Yeah. Really think going for that steal is not worth it.
It could just be if you get the steal, it's great, and if not, like this was gonna happen anyway.
Super ult
I
coming
don't
through.
think that
Super
the,
Circuit comes down. Charm lands on a Mordekaiser. Gets knocked up too.
Oh,
Bursted
no.
before he can even ult. So phenomenal uses of the chaining their damage together to kill Mordekaiser before he can even pop his ultimate, even after the flash. So now you
Shen
can just
ultimate
kind of.
not up right now. Teleport is
I don't
up.
think Atmospheres wanted that one. He actually hooked in but hit the minion and got way too close. Gets taken out by the Sivir. Just so much damage and
from my
chain
dagger
CC
too.
coming through.
One of the hard things about Nautilus is that they say the hook range is 950, but it's really somewhere between 950 and 1150. You really never know which one you're going to get. So I can't blame Atmospheres too much for that one, because half the time that hook doesn't land and he's fine throwing it the same place.
A fair point. I don't know enough about Nautilus to give any insight into this
We'll
conversation.
look it up.
but-
I'll send you a video about the Nautilus hitbox
Oh, okay.
later.
Well, I'll just send it to a sickly then.
It's made up.
Basically, our reporter in the field really gonna have to do a lot of legwork on this series.
Yeah, unfortunately, did get assigned a decent amount of legwork. But Sivir actually popping the ultimate, engaging. Xayah ultimate is down, but on the back end here, Unstream is getting immediately destroyed, trying to ultimate on the back line, and Snowman going legendary. Atmospheres in the mix now, but Leona ultimate coming down, stunning up Nullark.
Yeah,
Snowman
he's trying
doing
to go
so
Super
much
Saiyan
damage on
that
this.
play.
Shed 2 gets the triple kill.
Yeah, hate to
Just
see it.
Naruto ran through their entire team, just looking like a true ninja right now, and they're just going straight at the Nexus.
We saw in that fight that you can't have just the one Bash brother. I know that Nankus Jungle mentioned it earlier. You do need both Bash brothers.
Yeah.
Just one person diving the back line, you're gonna die. And unless you're ahead, you need a friend to go with you. It's dangerous to go alone.
Don't go alone.
Other memes and such about not doing things by yourself.
All right, so who do we want to bring in for some interviews here to talk to some players of Murk Wolves and kind of pick their brain about how that game went?
I don't know.
I really want to ask Snowman one about that giant brain presence of mind on the Shen, apparently.
Did Blitz just pick it for you? Did you know that you had presence of mind? Actually, you know what? I'd like to get the jungler in here. Get Gray's Gambit.
Gray's Gambit? So you want to bring
his,
Gray's Gambit and Snowman?
yeah, talk to him about kind of his general distrust or dislike of the top side of his jungle. Is an important storyline that maybe we need to suss out.
Let's do it. I'll drag him up.
I see the vote for Bombam 45 and I disregard it. Thank you though for watching.
Thanks
Follow.
for your chat participation.
All right,
is
sorry we kind of
September,
just dragged
so
you
if
out.
you-
We're getting Gray too.
If you
How's it going, everybody?
How's it going,
half
man?
price tier 1 subs.
Yeah.
So September.
There we go.
Sorry. Hey.
What's going
guys.
on, man?
up?
How you feeling? Congratulations, by the way.
Amazing.
We're
You know-
feeling good.
Yeah.
How did I
11. Let's take it down to an 8.
No. This is a 10. This has to stay a 10.
All right.
Feels like an 11. All right.
So you had presence of mind on Shen that game. I think Panda wanted to ask you why.
Presence
Not
of
why.
mind. I
Yeah.
gotta actually check my runes real quick because I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
I knew it.
let's-
I knew it.
Wait.
No, it was great, and I think it was
It
just,
was great.
Blitz, like the best build is maybe just presence of mind and Chen, but we
Yeah.
didn't know if that was
I-
secret technology or if that was just Blitz imported the best build, and you downloaded Blitz, so you set that play up from
Yeah.
the beginning.
It's really important. Blitz really turns you into your best self.
All I was trying to do that entire game was just stay far back, farm as much as I can, soak up as much EXP as I can, and ult whenever there was a good opportunity for me to do.
Do you, on the cast, I mentioned maybe once, maybe more than once, I don't know, that I thought Mountain should have attacked you so that way you could not help the rest of the team. Do you think that line would have changed the outcome or made things more difficult for you instead of kind of they play towards your team and you get to come in as the savior rather than Mountain just attacking you?
Yeah, I think if they would have gotten rid of my Shen, and that's my moneymaker, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
we mean more
Can't be
as far
telling
as, like,
people that.
In the game. Yeah.
we
so
mean
if
more
instead
as
of-
far as like in the game, like if they just ganked you or whatever, or try to make a play on you instead of trying to initiate on the 4 and you ulting it every time.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
He's like, I'm playing Shen to hit R. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of still speechless. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, the game plan pretty much
That's
for
right. We'll
him
direct a question over
to
to Gray's
survive.
Gambit. How do you respond to accusations that the top side of your map didn't load, and that's why you never cleared your top side jungle in either game?
Oh no! So basically, the game plan was just okay. Their strongest lane
He's
was their
muted.
bot lane.
You're muted? Do you know that
I'm
you're
muted?
muted?
Hello?
No, I can hear him.
No,
I
he's
can
not
hear.
muted.
Oh,
Oh.
he's muted in Discord?
You're probably
I'm
happy
muted?
muted, dude.
Oh man, must have been some loud stuff going on in the last in-house. Don't really want to know about that one.
Oh, geez. All right, but to answer the question, basically the game plan was their strongest laners were their bot side. So basically, my entire job was just to babysit my bot lane and make sure they survived the lane and got ahead. And that was their game plan for both games, and we pulled ahead that way.
Yeah, I mean it worked, and we got a level 1 blue buff that your mid lane got to clear much easier than if it had been a higher level in game 1. And game 2 we saw Sivir clear out the Krugs.
The Krugs
at
at
level 1.
25 minutes, level 1 Krugs.
Yeah, man. Hey, my topside jungle is for my team.
Yeah.
That's the big brain move.
That's what we
The
were saying. Is,
donation.
it was a 25-minute plan for the Sivir to get level 1 Krugs there.
Exactly.
Set up the dominoes.
Yep. Mhm. So I feel like the Nunu was like a super strong pick. Have you practiced that a lot, Gray? Or...
Oh no, like Nunu is like one of my pocket picks. Is like I don't play it often, but when I do, I know exactly what I'm doing on it. Like it's just a Nunu is a very oppressive pick. It's like you just go in every lane with a snowball, and like you could do that with relatively not even farming the entire game. You just create pressure, and that's how you get your lanes ahead. I just threaten the other lanes like, hey, I'm gonna come in with a snowball. You better play safe.
Yeah,
And if they don't, then here I come.
Yeah. That's what I was saying in game 2. It's like very important that they ban that away because it's really hard to replicate Nunu's playstyle with any other jungle, really.
Right. There's other ways. It's just got to play it slightly different. Like when I was playing the J4 game, I was still babysitting, but I was just doing it in a different way.
Fair. So how are you guys feeling now, coming off with a 2-0 against Mountain, who looked actually pretty strong?
We're feeling fucking great, man.
You see, Sable, our whole game plan going into this was let's make Sable eat his word.
Did I call the Mountain 2-0? Did I predict the Mountain 2-0?
I'll never make your predictions 100%.
My predictions are ruined now, so there we go.
No, you should have known better.
I gotta get Ted to cook the books on that one and give me the results that I really want and that I deserve. But you guys played phenomenally. I mean, through the early and mid and late game, you had clean rotations and were able to build leads everywhere you needed to. So that was very well done, and I think everybody watching should be worried.
Hey man, week 1 that wasn't us, all right? This is us.
No, we don't talk about week 1.
We don't talk about week 1.
Yeah, I mean, you made some effective role swaps, right? And that kind of looked like it was a stronger move for you guys to go with those different lane assignments.
We were still trying to figure out who was gonna go where in the beginning, but after that game 1, we realized we needed how to make those changes, and now that we did, everything's running a lot more smoothly.
Yeah, Bombam looks like he's just able to dominate the mid lane consistently and get advantages, even just 1v1 without jungle pressure. Is that something you guys look to take advantage of? Is just knowing that he's a strong player in the 1v1?
Oh hey man, when he needs me, I'm there, but when he doesn't, I'm somewhere else. That's just that's the plan.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, A+B kind of style there.
As you can tell in game 2, me and Bombgam kept invading Gragas' jungle because we knew we had the pressure and priority. So we went in as a team and just to give him all the blue buffs that he wanted.
Yeah, crucially leaving the Krugs unkilled, and that's definitely the move. But
Yeah,
GG
sure.
guys, getting the 2-0, looking super sick. And who are you playing next week? I actually didn't look.
I think we have a bye week.
You have a bye too. Okay. Nice.
Sadly,
My team's,
but,
we're
more
finally
time for practice.
we're finally coming back. We had a 2-week break. We've got tons of practice in, so we're gonna be super ready.
Fresh out of buys.
I can't wait. I also can't wait for the next State of the League.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, tune in Thursday,
Yeah, man.
8 p.m. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, guys. Join us here in the Rec League. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and good night.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night.